Wait, do that again? I can see my breath? It's cold in here? This thing has basically automatic power, but it doesn't have heat. Are you kidding? Oh my god, the amenities were lacking in this place. How are we slacking so hard with replicator technology? Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Subnautica Below Zero. Last time we learned that we do in fact have a potential ally in Marguerite, learned that she's basically a celebrity around here, although I suppose that's not hard to do. Even we've got our own paparazzi. And we gained access to this base. We found that the bridge was out, but we were able to repair it with some impromptu crafting, and now we're gonna go cross it. Although, I kinda think that we should probably bring Marge along for the ride on this one, as a source of comfort, not only from the extremely cold temperatures that are out here, but also for protection against these things that crawl beneath the ice that Ellen warned us about. An extremely vague threat from a long, long time ago that we can only assume is still a factor due to that roar we heard when last we walked here. I think it's safe to say we've already been detected. So I'm gonna try and stay up high. Oh, but what if the big stomps that this thing makes actually draws them to us? What if it's like the antlions in Half-Life 2? If that's the case, then they're really not gonna like what I'm about to do. Let's try and feather that landing. This place seems a lot more desolate than the other side of the glacier. In this cave, we've got more of those heat jalapenos, which is a good thing. Is that a green glow? Alien tech. Alien tech. You know, that only makes sense that Altera would want a base near to this stuff. Architect cabling. Wait, were you scannable this entire time, or is this the first piece we've been able to do so with? In any case, they're still powered. These high-density architect cabling structures have been discovered running between various sites of known architect activity on 4546B. The cable housing contains what are effectively a form of multi-mode fiber optic communication networks, physically shielded by a microscopic layer of pressed diamond dust. Wow, you guys did not have to worry about expenses, did you? We should probably grab a couple of these to start farming them. But right now, I'm just a little hungry. There we go. In fact, we can even take a couple more. Wow, these things are actually a really great source of food. Alright, yeah, we're definitely bringing these back to our Arctic base. Now, we do now have the propulsion cannon, and I never used it much in the first game, so I'm kind of curious to figure out how it works. What was that noise? Marge can't make it up here. Unless maybe I don't want to leave it down below in case something can break its way up through the ice. There we go. I assume you'll be safe here. I'm actually kind of amazed at just how far we've been able to take you. You're pretty versatile for a sea thing. First aid kit? We might need it. Oh, also, we should probably bank some of our stuff. I never thought the issue we would be having would be too much in the way of water. We don't need all that. Alright, I'll leave you for now. I really should have stored a bunch of this stuff back at base. But look at those bright blue streaks. Are those actually ice, or are they something else within? because it looks definitely very different. Also, whoa, the sky is in time-lapse mode. You see that? I'm amazed I haven't frozen to death yet, but I'm getting close. Yep. I am not liking these rumblings. Guess we're following the cables then, right? Let's stay out of the path of falling icicles, which may damage this thing. Ooh, another spy pangolin habitat. Do I have the pangolin on me, or did I do have it. Alright, drop. And... what's the holdup? There we go. Now, hypothermia is going to be an issue. Actually, you know how we can deal with that? I don't know why it takes so long to load sometimes. And really crappy firmware, apparently. Let's stand on this vent. It's going away now, but it shouldn't matter because it will heat me up before I need to come back. Ooh, quartz and ion cubes. Valuable resources here. Thank you. And even more. Basically nothing more than discarded AA's to the aliens, but to us, it's gold. I mean, each one enables construction of devices that will last us a really long time. In fact, we really should start working on making some ion power cells for the sea truck. We should also start building some of those additional modules. Although... never mind. Look, we can even see ourselves warming up. Alright, there you go. Give me those. And give me you. Honestly, this game knows how to make everything adorable. Silver and copper. I'm not really interested in loading up on minables right now. I just want to find where this leads. Howdy, buckos. We gonna play nice? I've noted that they don't seem to really want to screw with the prawn, so we should be okay. Alright, you're getting a little closer to my taste. Oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, what? I'm just picking you up like it's a fizz gun. Oh, that is so funny. And you actually don't seem to mind all that much. Look, you're just kneading your hands like a kitty being pet. It's looking at me like, dude, seriously? Okay, hang on, let's put you down. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry, did that hurt you? Alright, I'll be more careful with that with smaller creatures. Whoa! Whoa! Do you guys know about this? Wait, are you... I don't think it's the same thing, but those look kind of like those segmented creatures that we saw down way deep, like at 800 meters by Marguerite's base. This game is nothing if not cinematic when you're learning new things. I'm not going to be able to climb that, I don't think. But I can certainly try. Well, I think this is such a waste of energy. I do have an additional power cell, but yeah, no, they're not going to let me do that. Okay, you guys, I'm not the one you should be mad at. These things are breaching through the ice and not even leaving a hole behind. If they did, I'd jump down there and go at it myself. Marguerite taught me that confidence. And the sun's going down. It's going to get cold in a big hurry. Maybe we'll be safe in this cave. What happens if we try to use the propulsion cannon on rock? Ooh, we can actually pick up the outcrop wholesale. And then just kind of launch it. ladders up here. But an ominous green glow over here! Whew. Okay, so I'm just guessing that it's either noise or proximity that you don't like. We'll maybe have a go at that later. But for now, we need to get somewhere safe and hopefully reload. I want to keep following the upper area. The floor is lava. We are burning through so much energy so quickly. Yep, you're back. Shut the gap. We already have the ability to construct the skeleton. Pretty soon, we'll be like 2/3 of the way there. Okay, we're gonna do some much-needed repairs. The prawn has so much health that it actually kind of takes a while, which just goes to show how much damage this thing is doing every time it comes out. Let's drink some more pee. First aid. Fiber mesh. A lot of materials we can't really get here, which is nice. Yeah. Oh god, you really think I'm gonna need it, don't you? None of this is stuff we're gonna take immediately, but depending on what we find in there, maybe we'll store it on the prawn. Snowfox Iceworm Attack Reduction Module lowers the frequency of attacks by iceworms.
New technology acquired.
Okay, well first I'm gonna need the platform that you used to build the Snowfox. This seems like a time for the headlamp. Look at this copper ore. We could get so much from these veins. We just need the drill arm to do it. But it just brings us out back here. Yep, goodbye. Later. Later, Tater. I have to say, Flora's Lava gameplay on a glacier at night is quite a vibe. This is actually this is actually creepy and comfy. It's the insulation from terrible danger and discomfort simultaneously. But if we just come back around... Well, we haven't been up here, because there's unopened crates. Come on. Here, battery. Nutrient block, I'll take it. And another first aid kit. It really, really expects me to be taking a lot of damage here. There's a cave below. Oh man, this is not the place for the prawn. Or I guess it is, because we can drill these veins. Still, it feels like any moment it's kind of narrow too much. Or just... there we go. Yep. This whole area is proving extremely difficult to navigate. I mean, everything kind of looks the same. and it doesn't help when even the air starts to look the same. Another cave?
Another site found, but I cannot yet tell whether the others survived. Still, it holds valuable information. I hope you will find more.
I am sure we will.
Is indicating more of my people's technology, but the images I am receiving are fragmented, repeating. I am struggling to locate them precisely.
Fragmented images? Why would that happen?
I can only theorize that the locations are deep and shielded by a refractive material. Perhaps amongst large crystal formations.
Large crystal formations like the ones we saw down in the deep? Well, I think a priority should be the Prawn Depth Module Mark II. Greenhouse. This alien structure, found commonly shielded from natural sunlight, appears to be a carefully controlled containment and cultivation environment for natural flora. In other words, a greenhouse. The main chamber appears to be capable of precise temperature and humidity control, allowing plant life to be grown carefully outside of its natural habitat. Makes sense that you would need such things at the poles. Let's explore a little further. Wow, this actually acts as like a central hub. Wow, if we had turned into any one of these caves, we probably could have gotten here from places we've been already. Still, caves are quite scary to me around here. I think maybe we could use some silver ore back at base. I just want to make sure that necessary crafting supplies are around in case we need them. Alright, I think that's about all for here. I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't find more of an Altera base on this side, given the huge bridge that was built to go there. Hello, look at that. We haven't really been able to scan bones so far, but we can these iceworm bones. I think that's about the only way we're going to be able to scan them. Scans of the iceworm's bones show that they have a surprising degree of flexion in them. This likely allows the bones to compress inward when the iceworm is burrowing. A total rigidity in the bone structure might result in deformation of the skeletal structure over time. There is evidence of muscle insertions that would manipulate the compression or decompression of the iceworm's long rib cage. These iceworm bones appear relatively intact. It seems that other large land predators in the region tend to leave the worm carcass alone after death. I wonder why that is. It's like even a dead one is still intimidating in some way. An intact one! Well, it looks like there have been some chunks taken out of it. Iceworm. An extremely large and dangerous leviathan, roughly 95 meters long, with a thick-plated exoskeleton that burrows through dense ice shelves with minimal resistance. The iceworm is covered in a thick exoskeleton with backward-facing spikes. The exoskeleton protects the soft upper body of the iceworm as it moves through the ice. The spikes create treads that rapidly shuttle melted water back as it burrows, similar to tire treads. The interior of the iceworm is covered in a thicker skin that doesn't require plating. The horn of the iceworm is the thickest part of the creature. The inner chambers of the horn are filled with deposits of raw alkali materials that react violently with water, creating an exothermic chemical reaction. As the iceworm burrows, small microscopic grooves continuously channel water into these chambers, allowing it to burrow with ease. it actually melts its way through the ice. The ice worm is an ambush predator. It relies on sound traveling through the ice to alert it to potential prey, kind of like I suspected. It then lunges through the ice and uses its horn and mandibles to attack. The ice worm can be temporarily distracted through the use of sonic devices.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So we can keep you away from us using noisemakers. That is so cool, and this is a great opportunity, although it seems like they have like a designated dying field. All the way over there. Look at this. Base is half a kilometer away. This whole area is actually huge. Well, it is a glacier after all. Oh, look at that. Hang on, wait. The prawn actually seems to move faster when you're going side to side. Huh, I kind of wish I had realized this sooner. Look at that, speed hacks. Okay, through the cave. Oh, this comes out right over here. I hadn't even realized this was here. Okay, so there's multiple paths to everything.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Got something to say? We haven't had one of these calls in a while.
Our searches have been useful, but ultimately I have no definitive evidence as to the fate of my people. The network I hoped to rejoin may no longer exist. I cannot feel it.
There could be a million reasons for that. Like, what if the network had a system update? They're on version 2001.4 and you're still on version 14.2.
That would make me incompatible. How would I even begin to plan my upgrades?
Okay, that's not what I meant. Bad example. You still know how to get home?
Yes,
So don't give up. Go there, see for yourself what happened.
you are expressing optimism, but it is not supported by probability.
Hope isn't based on statistics. It's born from a drive for something better. There's a poem Sam loved. Hope is human. Hope is, right. Hope is the thing with feathers.
This does not match any fauna designation I can find in your PDA.
It's a line from a 19th century Earth author. Emily something. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. I promise we'll get answers one way or another, Helen.
Adding hope to your database.
Well, we make a good team, which is why I'm really hoping that building your body is the right thing. Alright, let's snack on our nutrient block and start helping you out some more. Now, there's a couple of objectives that I want to hit specifically in this. Oh, wow, you actually did it! Seems as good a spot as any to read some poetry. We have a nice view. Hope. Hope is an animal of unknown origin. According to Robin and a poet named Emily Dickinson, it is described as having feathers. My database found the poem Robin was referring to. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. The presence of hope seems to inspire humans to persevere in the face of adversity. Perhaps humans keep a hope with them at all times. From this notation, hope appears to be a hardy avian creature. It is capable of surviving at sea and in cold climates, having kept so many warm. Hope might be observed to produce exothermic chemical reactions. Assessment: find and maintain hope. Alan may be humorously misunderstanding what hope is as a concept, but actually his misunderstanding is kind of fitting, because it kind of sounds like penguins, doesn't it? Fitting, then, that that poem should be a favorite of Robin's. Okay, well, hey, buddy. We'll just be getting out of your hair now. As I was saying, there are a couple of things that I want to go after. First of all, I want to see if this artifact is one we've already found or not. And second, we need to help out Marguerite by seeing if we can repair that module. Are you something new? There were those rays we found earlier. I thought you were one of them. But you may be something different. You know, I had never gotten up close to you before. Look at you, an eye on either side. I feel like in this game, I have had to engage with the wildlife less and less. Like, of course, there's the leviathans that pose a danger. But with a lot of the smaller or more docile creatures, a lot of the time it's been, okay, you're cool, and then moving on to a different biome. I mean, that's what I love about this game, is that nature is a design. The whole thing feels almost like an art piece and a practical ecosystem, and, well, stopping to appreciate that is a big part of this game. That's why I spend so much time down low when I travel, even when I don't need to. Even when it requires a little more brain power than just pressing W. Actually, this artifact seems to be right below the island that Delta is on. Well, I guess it's in the neighborhood of where we need to be then. Oh, I already know what this is. We're back at the mining base, which means that it's probably, yeah, it's just the one down the hall there. Yeah, no, look at that. Down here, we can just kind of grab you with that, punch you with the other hand, and grab you. That is awesome. Could always use more lithium. Somehow I always think I have a ton, and I never have any. But this presents us with a bit of an issue, because it would have been really annoying to climb back up through those caverns to get to the sea truck. But now we gotta go back and get it. So I'll tell you what, I think I'm gonna worry about some construction right now while this thing is charging, and then I'll go get my stuff, because we got planning to do. Because we're standing literally over a cliff, and I feel kind of obliged to name the base, we're gonna call it Lookout. Or no, how about Watchtower? Yeah, that's a cool sounding base name. Meanwhile, how's that reactor doing? We don't check on it nearly enough. Still good. Still very good. I'm thinking that now might be a good time to build the scanner room. I put it off for way too long before, and we are in a nice central location. Ooh, I hadn't even realized we had the plans for the sea truck depth modules. Yeah, we still need nickel ore to upgrade the prawn, but we can rocket up through this. Well, we do need nickel for the sea truck one as well, but we've got synthetic fibers, enameled glass, rubies, we can do that. Alright, let's see if my landing has gotten any better. We know that we want to bias low. And like a glove. Alright. So, first order of business, can we access your upgrades from here? Can we seriously not access your upgrades from here? That's really annoying. Look at you. Came to say hi, huh, you curious thing? You're not ready to anchor yourself to the floor just yet, but isn't it pretty great up here? Anyway, we need this thing, because it's a crafting recipe. Can we go through here without docking? We can. Airlock? What airlock?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh, it's a modification station thing. Okay, so we need to build that. Oh, there we go. We select it with 2 and then left click. Okay. So I'll keep that in mind. It has to be manually employed. But right now I'm just kind of out here looking for more lead. Lead is the name of the game.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage.
Exosuit thermal reactor module. Huh. First time we've gotten something new from a sea monkey nest in a while. Wait, ultra tank capacity fragment? Hang on, we're finding tons of useful stuff close to home. Unfortunately, this doesn't necessarily mean that other such fragments are close by. I have pieces of so many things. Don't even think about taking my scanner. Sea truck horsepower upgrade, could use that. I have pieces of so many things. Oh, the sea monkeys provide. Look at that. Recharges power cells in hot areas. Does not stack. Could potentially be useful.
Detecting bow of an astronautical Soltrans vessel nearby. Vessel name, Mercury 2. Inoperative.
Look at this. And look at that. One of these pads has actually suspended you as if you were an island. Oh, that is so cool. I do wonder how much time is supposed to have passed between this and the first game. Anyway, we are doing some wreck diving. There's gotta be some good stuff here. There has gotta be some good stuff here. You're a regular prawn. Alright, I'm really weighed down by stuff right now, which means I can't even use the light. Thankfully, this... And the game crashed. The game crashed. Cool, thank you. Well, since we have to come all the way back, why don't we try this thing out? Go on, you. Yep, you took off in a big hurry. I'm not quite sure what the radius is, but it doesn't seem like it's something that we need to aim. Sleeper module fragment. 2 out of 3. Like, it's clear that all the modules are in this area. I have spent a lot of time searching here. I have rarely found things, but we can at least develop this, and it is something I want. There we go. Oh, quiet you. I'm glad we're finding so much in this little crevice. Okay, don't need that. What are you? Booster tank. Use oxygen to give a speed boost. Okay. Not something I would ever use. Oh, hello, there's a little alien thing here. Haven't seen you before. But I guess it doesn't matter. Ooh, there's even a couple of crates. Cave diving bears fruit. Okay, might as well take this stuff. What is this? Have we seen this before? I guess not. Marine life analyzer. Which gets us the sea truck teleportation module.
New technology acquired.
Hang on, no, that's a huge leap. This container might have been used to create small microbiomes, oh, and the tether tool, for aquatic flora and fauna. Design indicates the following likely usage pattern. Trap and ensnare small fauna, gather data on how various organisms responded to treatments and different environmental influences, use multiple containers to run multiple experiments in parallel. Thanks, bud. I wish we could pet you. Yeah, I feel like we should reward you in some way. Tether tool, teleport to a nearby sea truck teleportation module. Oh, so that allows us to teleport back to the sea truck. Alright, this might be the time when we finally turn this thing into an actual truck.
Detecting bow of an astronautical Soltrans Gov vessel nearby. Vessel name, Mercury 2. Inoperative.
I don't know, I think we can get this thing started up again. Just needs a little elbow grease. Right, now, let's save right here, because we do have some good technologies. Thank God it didn't do the thing where it gets stuck saving forever again. And in we go. Ooh. Look at that, the roots of those pads just kind of stretching all throughout. I think we do have our cutter still on us, right? Yes. Okay. Long time no see, cutter. It hasn't been nearly as prevalent in this game as the other one, but wreck diving in this is so cool. Having to cut our way into these sealed compartments that prove that not even the sea monkeys could have gotten to the stuff inside, and it's like opening a sealed tomb. I suppose it was somebody's tomb. Alien containment, yes, this is what I've been trying to get my hands on. Thank you. I get the impression that I got a lot of late game stuff early and early game stuff late, but that's fine. I'll get you. Oh, we can go back and get some of our creature eggs out. Main objective for this part, though, is still going to be helping Marguerite. I mean, she's the only other person on this planet, and the sooner we make ourselves friendly, the sooner we can get a solution started. Chinese potato. Wait, what's my inventory like? Chinese potato seeds. Okay, we're grabbing those. Alright, we can start growing non-native species here. I mean, I suppose they were always Earth species.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. This is every xenolinguist's dream. I mean, I was helping with the planetary scans, and there are possible unknown structures on the surface. This could set my career up for life. The images are a little degraded coming through the atmosphere, but it looks like intentional and complex architecture, which means civilization, and civilization means language. Oh, man. And now, most of the crew wants to get home. I understand that, but this could be a defining discovery. I'm definitely going to put a bug in Diana's ear about going to the surface so I can take a team to explore. I desperately hope this pans out. Oh, I can't wait till we get into communication range with Sol again. Layla and the kids would love to hear this. I mean, it's rough being away from them so long, but this might just make it worth it. I'll be able to give them so much more.
I guess at times we do have to think about what a crashed ship here means. And it means it predates the first game, probably, considering they didn't know that there was life here. Still, where were you in Outer Wilds? We could have used somebody like you. Let's see what was in that other room. Well, first of all, we can come up into here. Wiring kit, thank you. I found none of the things I set out for. A power cell. These wrecks are a gold mine. But I think at this point it's time to head home. Is that another PDA?
My instincts are never wrong. Stefanos has always been overly cautious. He hates taking risks, which I suppose is understandable when you're in the back end of the galaxy. But no risk, no reward. Elliot finds evidence of alien architecture on a completely uncharted planet, and he expects me to ignore that? Orion's belt. I would be an absolute fool. We've done some scans, and while there aren't a lot of mineral resources on this planet, there is decent biodiversity. Teams go out in the morning. there should be a significant specimen and sample haul for biopatenting, which will be split among the crew as part of the discovery clause. Let's see Stephanos and everyone else complain when they have a few more Sol Transgov credits in their uniform pockets. They'll learn to trust my instincts at some point.
Doesn't seem like we can get through to here, but we are making excellent progress on blueprints in this part. And this looks to be another way out. There we go. Patience all the way over there. Okay, I'm thinking that the reason we haven't seen this, despite it being so close, is because it's on the side of the island that I've been deliberately erring away from, because I don't want to stretch myself too thin. I've been taking the exploration in this as basically, okay, I'm going to completely exhaust this part of the map and then move on to the next, but I'm starting to think it wants me to do a little bit of everything, piece by piece. It's kind of felt that way in the distribution of supplies. How about we use some of our new titanium to start growing some more plants. Say, you guys, and you guys. Doesn't hurt to have some variety. And hopefully those seeds have persisted down there. It said old Chinese potato plant, but, well, what counts as old? We're gonna need another level if we're to truly make this work, but why can't we? No, just don't build the thing there. Just don't make a bridge. There is no reason why that should stop me. Change plans, we build this here, completely blocking our view. And we'll try and move downwards from there, but that's incredibly annoying. Actually, in order to keep the view unobstructed, let's give you one of these. It really bothers me how it's not in the middle. Okay, I guess that's how we're doing this. And if we wanted a scan room, we can go ahead and just kind of put that over here. There we go. I can hear somebody being open and angry on my left. Let's try not to do that for a time.
The scanner room will allow you to survey the surrounding region for fragments and material resources like lithium or copper or titanium if you need help finding it. For whatever reason.
Okay,
Welcome
snark.
aboard, Captain.
But yeah, we have a lot of new opportunity here. And I think what we're going to want to do is going to use a lot of power, but I definitely want to have it looking for fragments. We can also probably develop an upgrade to increase the range. Copper and magnetite? Yes, please. I used to have a mind for conservation, but there's such an acute shortage of table coral that it ain't cute. I just can't afford to not take every single one I see anymore. Parallel processing unit. We can clutter this room up even further with a modification station. There we go. Oh, we are really zooming forward now. We can make a thermoblade. I don't know if that's super useful right now. Do we have... I think I got polyaniline somewhere, didn't I? Okay, we'll make ourselves the Sea Truck Module Mark II. Less walking for Marge, thank you very much. We can now build the Test Override Module. And finally make a little bit of story progress while we're at it. I'm also going to need a wiring kit. Got a ton of materials while I was out there. We have kind of reached the crawl stage of the game, I feel like, where it's just, okay, I need to build a lot of things, and so I'm going to build until I can't build anymore, go out, grab stuff. It's a lot of cut time. But the scanner room helps with it somewhat. Wait, what was the next thing I wanted to do? Oh, right. If I can fit the fins in my inventory, we should be able to give those a bit of a boost. There we go, now we've got the charge fins, which charges our tools while we swim. Might not be enough to completely keep up, but it'll top us off when we need it. We can also give Patience an upgrade. Where did I put that? There we go. And your crush depth is now 650 meters, only just a bit behind the prawn. Which means we're gonna have to find us some nickel. Look at that, the Sea Glide actually charges up while we're using it. Oh, that is so useful. And I'll tell you what else is useful. We have also made the Sea Truck horsepower upgrade, something which it desperately needs, especially if we're going to be attaching more stuff to it. I definitely feel bogged down, but hopefully after editing, the series won't feel bogged down. I could maybe see it. Honestly, it still feels pretty slow, but then again, maybe I'm just used to the Seamoth. Using gold, silver, ion cubes, and lithium, we can make ion batteries. A couple of use guys. They are quite expensive, but we have the means to make our first ion power cell. We're only going to be inserting one of these into the sea truck, but it should make all the difference. In fact, maybe we'll even put it in the prawn. We can make ourselves a HUD ship. That gets inserted into the old noggin. And now you can see whatever we need, thus making the scanner room actually useful. Okay, let's head out. Oh, that piece of debris does actually count as a fragment. But it's just a sea truck. Okay, we're just gonna use the excess for... Yeah, we're just gonna use that for titanium. Just that will get you off the scanner. Unfortunately, this isn't really helping me much right now. It's mostly leading me to things that I had already seen and dismissed, because I already had them. Excuse me, sir, I'm trying to do something here. But while we're in the neighborhood, I suppose we may as well help out Marguerite. We're going to be heading down there in a second anyway. You told me that we can actually scan these nameplates on the wall and learn a little bit more about the people who are here. We got Ron Swanson. And Creepy Grin. He apparently always had that creepy grin, and his last name is Murgle, if that wasn't enough. This thing is still not working, but we have the means to at least begin to fix it. There we go.
Great. Now back to the terminal.
It's getting dark.
Do it. Please work. Yes. Satellite is down.
I am impressed. That was most resourceful.
You know, that goes against every single instinct I have disabling a satellite tower. Honestly, I'm playing reverse Voices of the Void right now. I don't recall giving you my number.
All right, Altera. You win this round. Come find me at my greenhouse. I'm about a kilometer east of your position up on an iceberg. I have a present for you.
I'll come by if I have time.
Sure, whatever. If you have time for me in your busy social calendar.
What I'd really like to do next is start to build downwards. Because something this base has really lacked is a central tower that we can just kind of always build new stuff off of. So we're going to make more multi-purpose rooms and just kind of stack them like this. It's actually a very good reason for building it this way. We have plenty of hull strength, plenty of titanium. And we can just keep on going down like this. Less work for the supports to do. There we are. I feel like every episode this base gets much bigger. If we were to replace just one of your power cells with our ion power cell, 1,000 energy as opposed to 200, so it's about 5 times. Certainly nothing to sneeze at. Still probably end up putting it in the prawn. And this will just read 100%. My next big need actually presents us with an exciting new opportunity to insert the drill arm to the prawn. That's my next need, because there's something over yonder which I would very much like to exploit. If I can just locate it. Right over there. First of all, there's all the copper we can need, as well as all the quartz. Hello? Quartz. There we go, it just takes a while. Oh, and we get 4 at a time. Let's just finish building our ladders so that they go all the way down, and what we're going to start to do is build the alien containment.
An aquarium just for looks, or your own personal sushi factory. You decide.
This PDA has got quite the mouth on her, doesn't she? After dealing with yet another crash, we build our second one on the second level. This time I started on the lower one. And now we climb up here, and not only do we have a 2-story aquarium, we can also walk right above it on the top. Now this is going to be cool. Now we want to go down here. Nope, climb down. We need to build a hatch, which we can do right here. And I suppose we should also build one that exits from here. And let's just plant a couple of you guys and hope you don't eat each other. God, I can't wait to find out what some of these things are. I suppose I should also finally bite the bullet and make a compass. I have been avoiding it. I don't really like it, because in my opinion the last thing this game needs is any more HUD, but there we go. We were told that she's got a greenhouse about 1 kilometer east of our position. We're embarking on a pretty long journey in this direction, and I'm honestly torn as to whether we should be doing it on the surface so it's better to find where we're looking for, or stay deeper so that we can examine the ocean floor along the way. Either way, it probably will be a fairly short episode, but I'm going to be cutting a lot, so I'm kind of drawing close to my limit here. Huh. And it's been a long time since we've seen you guys, or rather a long time since I looked up from the ocean floor. It's kind of cool to know that she's as mobile as I am, that she's as proactive in maintaining bases and outposts. But I guess she has to eat somehow. Oh, listen to those whale calls as we float through this forest. Every once in a while, I'll just kind of poke my head up. That looks promising. There's some creatures about, all things we've already identified. Wow, this whole chunk is floating. Well, actually, now that I think about it, it's not like an island. That's not exactly uncommon for an iceberg. Look at that, whales swimming between them. You're coming surface level. I wonder, I don't remember if your description mentioned if you breathe air or not. I don't know if this is your place, but can we perhaps climb it? No, but I bet we can find something over there. I really hope I'm not making myself into a lightning rod by climbing this. Well, I guess that explains all those green dots in the lower quadrant of the map, huh? One good way to orient us. Let's go! This game is absolutely incredible. Hey, are you new? Pinacarid? Huh, been a while since we've discovered a new species. An intelligent and curious creature which hunts and forages below the waterline, but returns to the surface to breathe. Look, you've got like a beak. You kind of look like a pangolin. Its many flippers make this an acrobatic hunter underwater, but vulnerable on land, where it is capable at best of a fast shuffle. Generally consumes small fish. Its diet may also include various plant materials. Side-facing eyes, unusual for a predator. These likely serve as a defensive warning system. Purple-tinted antennae on the head detect the movement of prey fish nearby. Shows no aggression towards humans, and even curiosity if there's a chance of a meal. Huh, maybe we could try feeding you something later? Ooh. I had almost mistaken that for, like, a cargo ship or something for a moment. Right, well, night always seems to approach when I arrive at these places, so... let's break out the headlamp. No, this just goes right through. Maybe we should head over there, then. The glacier's edge blends in. Ooh, look at that. This might be something. I'm leaving the sea truck pretty far behind. But it's gotta lead somewhere, right? Anywhere we can climb aboard? All she told us was that she's about a kilometer east. That looks like maybe a drop pod up on that mountain. Okay, so we are trying to climb this. Well, this thing has got caves at least. We may have seen this earlier. She's up here on Mount Crumpet. It's got that overhang up above. She's literally the Grinch. Why am I still carrying this thing? It's really cold. Maybe we should have gotten some of those heat jalapenos. Gotta make sure we're going the right way. There's... oh, those are stars. Very bright stars. I think. There better be somewhere we can take shelter up here, or else we're in some trouble. This is alien tech. Satellite! A fallen satellite! This satellite bears the clear markings of the architect's civilization. It appears to have crash-landed, though its structural integrity remains surprisingly intact. This satellite's internal design indicates that it was likely used for long-range data transmission. The data transmission node in the storage housing has long been corrupted by exposure to the elements.
Hypothermia imminent.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to take a dive. Had a long dive. Yep. Hope we don't freeze on the way down. Ow. Huh. I guess that little smidge of water broke our fall. Alright, we're gonna finally pop a flare, which won't help us too much. But even giving us that little bit of resistance should be something. Well, we haven't found what I thought we were looking for. By day, I'm looking out at the terrain around us, just trying to see what else is here, man. I'm just kind of hanging out in amid these icebergs, hoping I can see where she is, using the Altera map to kind of guide me. But I'm not having much luck, just finding a whole lot of penguins.
Formed by glacial melt.
Very interesting. Don't have time to pursue it right now. Oh, I think we might have something here. God, this took forever. Being here also means we are most definitely not directly east of where you told us you were. But whatever. Is that maybe part of the rest of your Reaper? You know, we still don't have a full scan of it. Okay, we definitely could use a couple of these hot jalapenos. There we go. Come on, all this stuff is here. You've got to be around somewhere. This feels like the end of The Force Awakens. And I can hear the fans approaching already. Alright, let's turn this off in the off chance that that'll be present during the cutscene.
Damn satellite hasn't passed by in a while. I guess that was your doing.
Sam's not the only one in the family who knew what to do with vague directions in Old Wire.
She was an original, that sister of yours. First time I met her, I was sure she was Altera through and through. Not a crease in her uniform. Sending those damn bird bots to spy everywhere. Then, she surprised me. Maybe a little too much.
Meaning?
If you really want to know, there's a PDA on the bench that can point you in the right direction. You need anything else? Don't bother me. But you can help yourself at the greenhouse. Least I can do to repay you for getting those spine pests off my back.
So they still want you gone. Makes sense. You know pretty much everything they don't want getting out. In fact, you've been here longer than people they got rid of for much less. Preston's plant. First of all, we know that you guys like these, so maybe we can make some friends of our own. And also, forget the Chinese potatoes. We can cultivate all kinds of things here. Composite plant pot. Plant shelf, we can greenify our base. Marble melon. I'm wondering if we would see this stuff again. This plant collects water from the air rather than relying on its root system, and produces large, fleshy fruits which are both edible and have a typically high water content. Could have used you a while back. The indoor grow bed, which is exactly what we need. Scan your Chinese potato plants, which we already had access to. And some PDAs. Seriously, how are you transporting this thing?
I've already synthesized an antidote and stashed it in a cave. I can go grab it and...
That's your plan?
You don't think it'll work?
You're thinking too small. Like maybe if you're polite enough about destroying the bacteria, Altera will come around and see it your way. But do you believe in yourself or not?
I think so.
You think so? Come on. Is the bacteria a threat, or isn't it?
It is.
Does it need to be dealt with or not?
It does.
So who's right on this?
I am.
Say it like you mean it.
I am.
I said like you mean it, not like you're testifying before a rigged transgov court.
I am.
Great. Then what you gotta do is seal off the whole cave. I've got just the stuff. Made it for fishing, but it blew the whole ice shelf halfway to deep space. Vaporized all the fish.
Okay.
And you gotta hit the lab too, or there's just no point. Actually, you know what? Let me take care of that one. It'll be fun.
You two worked together to make sure this never got out. Unfortunately, she was up to the task. She accomplished it, but she gave her life to do so. It was that important. I was just thinking, how were you able to survive all this time with the Kara infection on the planet? Well, maybe coming up here was part of your strategy, but eventually it would have reached you. Maybe we actually saved your life in the first game without even realizing it. Our sister teamed up with Space Dale Gribble.
All right, Marge, old girl. We hate this greenhouse, so here are some pointers to remember so we never have to do the worst parts again. Too bad you can't fight malnutrition by hunting it down and killing it. So, first thing, insulation. First few nights the soil was rock solid. Ended up having to insulate the damn place with dehydrated kelp. Adding a thermal mass helped too. Heat from barrels of water. Probably should have just eaten the damned kelp. But nope, my body was craving a salad. Wish I was just made of exosuit. Next, grow lights were a must-have. Gotta admit, I felt pretty proud of my first full crop of lettuce. Fed half of it to Preston. That snowstalker will eat practically anything. Always spits half of it out, though. Another thing we have in common. The slobbery green mess makes good compost.
Interesting. Preston? Alright, let's give you a scan. You don't mind.
Look all you want. There's more to Marguerite than any damn fangled gadget can see.
I was just gonna say, you don't have anything to say about this. I'm so glad you did. Freelance security personnel. Status missing. Previously thought to be dead. Last known contact was on a recording found in another sector, which claims that she killed a Reaper Leviathan. Our other character gave that information back. Marguerite is highly distrustful of authority figures, especially those tied to corporate entities. She is strong-willed and seems cold upon initial contact. Not much is known about Marguerite. She was born and raised in the Mongolian states, a backwater corporate colony exploited for its mineral resources. She left home at 16 and went from one mercenary job to another. Eventually, she did tours with the Mongolian Defense Force and Trans-System Federation. She held an esteemed career before being dishonorably discharged from the TSF for going off mission. The details are unclear, but our resources have unearthed some scant details. Marguerite was the head of an intel and reconnaissance mission. We aren't clear what she stumbled upon, but she silently eliminated the entire local security apparatus over the course of 3 days. None of the local families would give more information. They only said they thanked God's hand for saving them. Her last mission was aboard the Degassi as private security against potential pirates and scavengers, which crashed on 4546B. You're a survivor through and through, and despite all the time you spent here, this isn't even your first rodeo. Wait, Rock Puncher egg discovered and Cryptosuchus egg discovered. We had 2 of those things swimming around in our aquarium now? Okay, well, that's kind of the ultimate version of I left the oven on. But I think running back there, we'll have to wait until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.